Alrighty, so let's go through this wonderful and I think talismanic relationship for the future of marital relations in America and abroad. So tape emerged in this trial of Johnny Depp being very, very drunk in the kitchen. This is what good spouses do: is they tape each other in their worst moments. So here's tape of Johnny Depp. He's a drug addict, right? He's admitted to this. He's a drunk. He's admitted to this. None of this is a shock. People in Hollywood are deeply screwed up. Again, when I say this, I mean, like, I know a lot of people in Hollywood. The number of them who are normal, I don't even think you could count it on one hand. It's really difficult to name 5 people in Hollywood who are normal. Here's Johnny Depp, tape of Johnny Depp.
5.
Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you crazy. That's crazy.
Drinking wine at 9 in the morning. Yeah, things are going well.
You're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going. You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really? Really?
He found the camera.
And he takes the phone and then throws it because she's taping him, which is what good spouses do with one another in their worst moments. It is amazing how Johnny Depp apparently never just he never stopped playing Jack Sparrow. He's just Jack Sparrow in real life, also. So this is all going well, but you know, for all Johnny Depp seems like kind of a normal Hollywood level of screwed up, meaning drug addicted, booze addicted, trouble in his personal life. Amber Heard seems like.
Hey guys, I apologize for laughing, man, but that was absolutely that moment was just hilarious to me because whatever was pissing him off, whatever he was going through, that's not funny. All right, we all go through things and we all have human moments, but our human moments should not be recorded by the person that we believe love us the most, just so we can be exploited from it. And that's that right there, man. The fact when he caught her and then the camera started, you record me? You record me? That part right there was just a little ridiculous, especially since we actually seen the footage. So we know who won the camera off, so to speak, who got the camera and made sure that they was able to post exactly what they wanted to post. So, but I'm sorry, man. I just need to explain that part. But I was waiting for Ben Shapiro's take on this whole matter because I just think both of them are just
a sociopath. I mean, just from the available tape, she seems like a complete sociopath, and from the testimony of others in her ambit. So, for example, here is Amber's psychologist, forensic psychologist, saying that she actively exaggerated her post-traumatic stress disorder test.
As a result of applying those protocols, what did you conclude?
Ms. Heard did not have PTSD, and there were also pretty significant indications that she was grossly exaggerating symptoms of PTSD.
That's her psychologist.
Asked about them.
How did you make that latter conclusion?
So one of the strengths of this test, as I mentioned, the important thing about any test used when you're doing an evaluation in forensics is to make sure that the person is responding accurately. And this test does that by not just asking.
Isn't it what's funny to me right now, because I'm just laughing about the whole thing. I think this entire thing is like the biggest joke in Hollywood right now. But I think it's hilarious that while they're discussing this, while her psychologist is giving that information, she's serious and taking notes. So she's trying to look serious while she's taking mad notes. I think she's over there drawing like a picture of Mickey Mouse or something, or a picture of a lady sitting on a bench on a nice summer day holding a flower in her hand or something like that. She's drawing something. She's probably drawing her favorite, I don't know. I don't know what she's drawing, but I would like to see what she's drawing because she's writing nothing. She is literally, matter of fact, she's not even drawing anything. She is coloring with crayons because that's how crazy her ass is. Your own psychologist is there going, testifying against you, saying that you lied. You don't have PTSD. Your ass just she just she just over the top, and she just does the most.
People whether they have a symptom, but asking follow-up questions that draw out very detailed accounts of every single symptom of PTSD. And when you're really familiar with this disorder, which you need to be to administer this test, there are nuances in the way a person will describe their symptoms that have been shown repeatedly to indicate exaggeration or faking. There are also indications when somebody is clearly giving you a genuine response.
That's what you say in my church is my drummer Tony, who is my wife's cousin. He used to be like, man, she faking like turkey bacon. She is faking like turkey bacon. That's exactly what she's doing, because she's doing she's faking about the whole thing, obviously, because her psychologist has now said it. She's faking. That's called lying. That's perjury. You don't do that. Then you want your daggone psychologist to come there and tell your story. Come on now. This right here, she should go to jail for what she's doing.
Okay, so in other words, she's a bad actress. I mean, if you've seen any of her movies, you also know that this is kind of true. But in any case, that is a forensic psychologist testifying that Heard exaggerated her PTSD test physical abuse. I mean, there's like pictures online of her claiming physical abuse. And just on a normal sort of illustrative level, she does not look as though she was physically abused in these pictures. I mean, if you look at the physical abuse photos that she put out there, it's scanty at best. Like, it's difficult to make the claim that she was struck by Johnny Depp, for example, just based on the photos. Maybe she was, but just based on the photos, it's difficult to say that is the case. We do have from Johnny Depp's driver that Amber Heard joked about #MePoo, pooping in his bed. Again, this is a relationship for the ages. It's like Abraham and Sarah from the Bible, basically.
Directly to her.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed prior to leaving the apartment.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
And what did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical gone wrong.
Well, what I like is the cutaway there to Amber Heard, and even Amber Heard can't stop herself from laughing. Like, look at the cutaway. Like, she's barely holding it back right there. She's like, yeah, that was funny when I pooped in his bed. By the way, who does that? Like, I have children, and even my children wouldn't want to soil their beds. That's what? Huh? I mean, Amber Heard's secretary, by the way, also testified that Amber Heard had spit in her face. So obviously, Amber Heard seems like a wonderful, genuine human being.
I do remember on one occasion when we were moving from part-time to full-time, and the salary negotiations became a real bone of contention. And I specifically remember standing in her office where she leapt up out of her chair, put her face approximately 4 inches from my face. She was spitting in my face and telling me how dare I ask for the salary I was asking for, which was in fact approximately half of my regular annual salary.
So that's just
whoa, come on, that's
Amber Heard
nasty.
Clearly,
That's
you know,
nasty,
the believe all
man.
women thing. So which woman am I supposed to believe? The woman who
That's
had her
nasty,
face spit
man.
in by Amber Heard, or Amber Heard who apparently falsifies PTSD tests and poops in people's bed? I
Come
don't
on, man.
believe
That's
Amber
just
Heard.
nasty.
I'm just going to say I don't find her to be a credible human being. One of the things that has also made this such a strong trial
Ridiculous.
is Amber Heard's legal team. So apparently she hired her lawyers off the back of a Jackbox because they have not done a wonderful job. Famously, one of her lawyers actually objected to his own question.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his fingers.
Rejection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay. He said he sustained an injury to his finger.
That was not the only screw up by the attorney there. By the way, you can't object to your own question. That's not how that works.
This dude literally objected to his own. Oh my gosh, Amber. Okay, Amber Heard was done a disservice by her lawyers as well. Did she pick one of her cousins to do it? Was that her? Like, who was this guy? because I heard that he was messing up the entire case. Like, but she'd have messed up the entire thing. So I don't know. Maybe she jokefully picked someone out who will represent her in her likeness. So it only makes sense that this dude didn't know what the hell he was doing, because clearly, that was just a part of her case.
Also, Amber's lawyers screwed up, attacking the psychologist again, suggesting that she had dinner and drinks with Johnny Depp, which apparently is not true.
Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right. I was interviewed at Mr. Depp's home by his legal team. Dinner was served.
And the dinner lasted approximately 3 to 4 hours, correct?
Yes.
And it included
The interview.
drinks, correct?
Yes, dinner and I believe drinks were served. Yes, this was an interview so that they could make an informed decision as to whether or not to retain me.
And don't you think that's a little odd that you're getting interviewed by Mr. Depp to decide whether you're going to testify adversely against Amber Heard?
I was interviewed by the legal team.
And Mr. Depp was present. It was his home, correct?
Yes.
And he was serving dinner and drinks.
He was
correct?
not serving dinner and drinks.
Well, it was at his house at his behest, correct?
Yes, it was at his house.
I mean, deep diving here by the legal team. So, look, here's the bottom line. Toxic marriages in Hollywood, nothing new. What is amazing is that Hollywood basically decided Johnny Depp would never work again because a sociopathic, crazy person like Amber Heard made accusations that were then not verified, while we actually have Amber Heard on tape saying openly, like very openly, that she hit Johnny Depp. Like that's kind of amazing. It really is. And it speaks to the imbalance of power. You want to talk about systemic imbalances of power? The systemic imbalance of power, whereby Johnny Depp basically loses all work. He was one of the most popular actors on planet Earth. He can't work anymore. I mean, he was cut out of the latest Harry Potter film. They replaced him.
That's crazy.
Because of Amber. Amber Heard is still in Aquaman after pooping in people's bed, after spitting in people's faces, after faking PTSD tests, according to forensic psychiatrists.
After cutting off someone's finger. After cutting off someone's finger. After cutting off her husband's finger. Yeah. She did it accidentally by throwing the alcohol, throwing a big old vodka bottle at him. If a man ever did that to his wife, he's getting years in jail. He's at least going to prison. I mean, seriously, especially if it's out there like this. Come on. She's not even denying any of it. A woman doesn't even have to press charges in order for a man to go to jail after throwing a vodka bottle at her and cutting off one of her fingers. No, this is ridiculous. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't even have the correct word, but I need to read more. That's one. All right. So I can lift my vocabulary. All right. But at the end of the day, man, we already know this thing is absolutely ridiculous.
That's pretty amazing stuff. It is. So anybody who argues that the system is rigged against women, not on domestic abuse, it ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that there aren't women
That's right.
who aren't abused and aren't wrongly treated by the law. That happens. But the default situation in corporate America is that if a woman makes an accusation, we immediately have to take her side, even if the evidence doesn't end up stacking in her favor, which is kind of what is happening here. Has there been any talk of Amber Heard not being in the Aquaman series anymore? I've heard no talk of that whatsoever at all, which is kind of an amazing thing, given how badly this trial has gone for Amber Heard.
It's gone horrible.
You can't expect people to act with any level of principle here. After all, me poo.
Yep. Hashtag me poo. That's just ridiculous, man. And honestly, I'm glad he said you can expect for anyone to operate with any principle right now, because at the end of the day, Aquaman will make a little bit more money now that they got her crazy ass in the movie, because the name right now is making her bigger than she actually was. Not saying that she wasn't already big, because obviously she had to be big in order to be a huge Hollywood star and to end up marrying Johnny Depp. So at the end of the day, she's made a name for herself already, but this right here, this just sends it over the top right here, especially for a business that's that plans on using her in her name, no matter how vile she is, because that's what she is. She's, oh my God, she doesn't describe, she don't define what a woman is to me at all. At all. Yeah, she's pretty, but at the end of the day, man, nah, not at all. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing. Love ya.